We've got former intelligence officials telling Fox News that the president's BlackBerry may have evidence to the contrary because it's a special process. It's known as whitelisting, meaning you get pre-approved the emails or the phone numbers that the president's BlackBerry receives. That's what happened, apparently, with the president's BlackBerry. Now, here to help us sort this out is cyber expert Morgan Wright. Morgan, all right, explain to the viewer what this process of whitelisting is and how the president could likely have known about Hillary Clinton's private email server.
Well, Liz, the easiest way to explain it is imagine you're throwing a party. Now, you can throw a party one of two ways. You can let everybody in the door and then later figure out who's not supposed to be there, or you can make it invite only. You have to have the invitation to get past the bouncer to get in there. Whitelisting is the process of invite only. If you are not on the list, that call, that email doesn't even make it through to the BlackBerry, and that's designed for a variety of reasons: security, prevent spam, spear phishing, you know, a lot of the threats that might go if that number were out in the wild. So it is intentional. It's a data point that is not going to go away, and it required the authority of somebody, at least the deputy chief of staff, if not the chief of staff level, to make this happen.
So they load in clintonemail.com. That's the point, and that's the email address. Okay. The question is, would it have been possible for the White House not to know about Hillary's private email server under these circumstances?
You know, the short answer is no. I mean, that's like saying is that if I have to go through all of this, I have to tell, if I'm the president, I have to tell somebody, add this email. Then a chief of staff or deputy chief of staff goes to somebody and says, add this email. And that would have been WACA, the White House Communication Agency, to do that. So if there are people who know, and there is data out there that's going to prove that this email was added at a certain time, it was whitelisted, it's just the question is, will that evidence ever come to light?
All right, Morgan, the other issue, it's an important one. We put together a list of government agencies and other entities, including it looks like the DNC and the Clinton Foundation were hacked in the last 5 years. There's more than a dozen total, the most notable being, look at this, the IRS, the White House, the State Department, the Department of Defense. Also, the U.S. Navy computers were hacked. The OPM was hacked. It goes on and on. I mean, so that's the issue, right? I mean, the president could have left vulnerable the nation's secrets of maybe Russia or China. We can't go as far as to say that, right? We don't have the evidence, but that's a concern, given that at this time there was massive hacking going on, right, Morgan?
Well, Liz, and first of all, full disclosure, my personnel file was leaked in the OPM breach, so that part's very sensitive to me. But here's the deal. We need to find out what domain the president was using, his pseudonym that Huma Abedin said, why isn't this classified? So we need to find out what the president was using to communicate with Hillary Clinton, because that then indicates another level. But to your point, Liz, the more times we do things that go out, you know, people say, well, it's not, you know, it's not functional, it was hard to use. Hey, sorry, guys, you signed up for government, that's the way it is. You got to keep things secure at sacrosanct. You can't abuse that privilege.
So sorry, we're up against a hard break. Sorry, Morgan Wright. And by the way, Hillary was apparently emailing to Sidney Blumenthal, and her staffers were using their own personal things like Gmail accounts. They could have been hacked too.